An alarming revelation that has sent shockwaves through educational and examination institutions. A new form of organized cheating has come to light involving 3mm ultra-miniature earphones. These near-invisible devices, no larger than a grain of rice, have been used in coordinated schemes to facilitate cheating in exams ranging from school-level assessments to highly competitive university entrance tests. Experts warn that these devices represent a new frontier in academic dishonesty, one that current anti-cheating measures may not be fully equipped to handle. The unseen threat. What are 3mm earphones? Unlike traditional Bluetooth earpieces or wired audio devices that can be easily spotted by proctors, the 3mm earphones are designed to be discreet. Made with skin-colored or transparent materials, they fit deep into the ear canal and are often magnetically inserted and removed using a specialized tool. Their size and concealability make them almost impossible to detect during standard inspections. From a distance, or even at close range, they are virtually invisible, said Dr. Ayumi Nakagawa, an expert in digital forensics and cybersecurity at Tokyo Institute of Technology. Without specialized scanning equipment, it's nearly impossible for proctors to determine if a student is wearing one. These devices typically receive audio transmissions from an external source, often a co-conspirator stationed outside the exam hall with access to textbooks, the internet, or the test paper itself. Case study. The high-stakes exam scandal. The issue gained nationwide attention in Japan when the Ministry of Education uncovered a coordinated cheating ring during a series of university entrance exams in Osaka and Tokyo earlier this year. A total of 17 students were suspected of using the 3mm earphones, while at least 6 external accomplices were arrested for feeding them answers through wireless transmission. According to investigators, students were equipped with mini transmitters hidden in their clothing, and questions were discreetly sent to the accomplices using smartphones concealed under the desk or inside stationary cases. Within minutes, answers were relayed via the ultra-mini earphones. "We were stunned at the level of coordination and technological sophistication," said a spokesperson from the National Center for University Entrance Examinations (NCUEE). This wasn't just one or two students bending the rules, it was a highly planned operation. The new face of academic fraud. With advancements in wireless technology and a booming market for espionage gadgets online, the tools for cheating are no longer crude or obvious. The shift from traditional cheating methods like crib sheets or writing on skin has evolved into high-tech, stealth operations involving micro-devices and encrypted communication apps. On platforms like X, formerly Twitter, Reddit, and even encrypted Telegram groups, entire communities now share tips, gadgets, and cheating strategies for various exams, both domestic and international. Cheating has gone underground and global, said cybersecurity consultant Hiroshi Sato. You're not just looking at one student trying to peek at a neighbor's paper, you're dealing with teams, logistics, and sometimes paid services. The limitations of current countermeasures. Despite the growing threat, educational institutions are struggling to keep pace. Traditional inspection methods, such as metal detectors, pat-downs, and visual checks, are often ineffective against such tiny devices. While some elite examination centers have started employing signal jammers or full-body scanners, these are expensive and not universally implemented. In most public school or university exams, budget constraints mean we simply don't have the resources to screen every student for 3mm devices, said Professor Mari Kobayashi, Dean of Education at Kyoto University. We rely on the honor system and basic surveillance, which is clearly not enough anymore. Even more advanced measures like AI-powered proctoring or biometric surveillance have loopholes. Students are increasingly trained in ways to exploit blind spots in AI monitoring systems or to hack webcam feeds during remote exams. Legal gray zones and ethical dilemmas. Japan's laws regarding cheating in academic settings are limited in scope. While fraud in official civil service exams or licensing tests may lead to criminal prosecution, cheating in university or school exams often falls into a gray area. Most schools have codes of conduct, but they're disciplinary, not legal, said lawyer Keita Tanaka. So unless a student is caught in a criminal conspiracy, the maximum punishment is usually expulsion or nullification of the test. This lack of legal framework has led many to call for legislative reforms that clearly define tech-based cheating and set appropriate penalties. Psychological pressure and the rise of tech cheating. Another factor driving the trend is the immense academic pressure on students. In a highly competitive society like Japan's, where university entrance exams can determine the trajectory of a student's life, some see cheating not as a crime, but a necessity. Parents expect perfection, society expects results, and failure feels like the end, said Yuko Watanabe, a high school counselor in Saitama. When that kind of pressure builds, students look for any edge they can find. Several students involved in the recent scandal reportedly confessed that they felt forced to participate, either by parental expectations or peer groups. One 18-year-old girl from Kyoto, who was later disqualified, told investigators, "I didn't even know it was illegal. Everyone was doing it. Calls for reform and the way forward." In the wake of the scandal, the Ministry of Education has launched a task force to review current examination protocols. Among the proposed reforms are mandating random signal jamming in test centers, using thermal imaging to detect embedded devices, increasing digital literacy education to make students aware of consequences, partnering with cybersecurity firms to detect online cheating rings. However, experts caution that technological countermeasures alone may not solve the problem. "We need a cultural shift," said Dr. Nakagawa. "If students don't see cheating as morally wrong, no amount of surveillance will fix the issue." Educational institutions are also being encouraged to redesign exams in ways that test critical thinking and comprehension rather than rote memorization, making it harder to simply transmit answers via an earpiece. The role of parents and teachers. Parents and educators are now under scrutiny as well. Many psychologists argue that relentless focus on grades and success has inadvertently fostered a climate where cheating is normalized. Teachers must talk openly about academic ethics, not just punish when something goes wrong, said Professor Kobayashi. And parents must stop equating exam scores with self-worth. Several schools in Tokyo have begun organizing workshops for both students and parents, discussing not only the risks of cheating but also healthier study practices and stress management techniques. Conclusion. A battle far from over. The exposure of 3mm earphone-assisted cheating has unveiled just the tip of the iceberg. As technology continues to evolve, so too will the methods used to manipulate academic systems. While stricter regulations, better equipment, and tougher penalties may offer some relief, the real solution lies in addressing the root causes: societal pressure, lack of ethical education, and outdated assessment methods. In the meantime, experts urge vigilance, reform, and dialogue at every level, from classroom teachers to policymakers. Because in the race between cheating methods and countermeasures, staying one step ahead is not just a challenge, it's a necessity.